Hello, wonderful being. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 75. I am so happy to have you here. My name is Anisha, and I would love to know yours and from which part of the world you are joining us from. Hi, Caitlin. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you here again. And how are you doing? Okay, so Caitlin is joining us from Hudson Valley, New York. Wonderful. I am always, grateful for your presence and each of my lives so far. So yeah, thank you so much. And anyone else who is joining us, if you're joining us for the very first time, you can share that. And if not, then that's okay as well. You don't need to, interact if you don't want to or if you can't. Caitlin says, good, good. Thank you. Hope you are well today too. Yeah, I am, to be honest, a little bit tired. But yeah, I am hoping that this live is going to deliver all that energy that I need. So yeah, that is my intention behind this live. Thank you for all the love, Caitlin. I so appreciate that. So I was thinking of starting with a very small meditation today. Hi Alex, welcome. I am happy to have you here. Are you joining us for the very first time or have you been here before? Okay, it's your fourth time here. I am so grateful that you are coming back and you're getting some value out of this. This makes me happy. So, yeah, a very warm welcome. So, yeah, so are you guys ready for the meditation? We are going to do like a very short, like 5 minutes or 7 minutes meditation today. You're so welcome, Alex. Thank you. Okay, so if you're ready for the meditation, type ready in the comments and then we can begin with the meditation. Okay, so Caitlin is ready. Wonderful. Other people? I think I see Bella here. It has been a long time since I see your photo. Bella says, hello everyone. Hi Bella, I am so very delighted to see your name here again. I know, I switched the time in between, so maybe because of that, we were not, you know, in touch in the lives. But yeah, I'm happy to see you here today. So we're going to begin with the meditation, Bella. Are you ready for the meditation? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Okay. So yeah, it's nice to see that you have been using, that group or the summaries of the lives have been useful for you. Okay, guys. So let's begin the meditation. Begin by coming into a comfortable position. Preferably, this meditation is done lying down. But if you can't for some reason, feel free to do this in any posture, whether sitting or standing or in a recliner. So, whatever position works for you right now. As you settle into this posture, allow your eyes to close, turning your awareness inward. And now take a long, deep breath in through your nose and a slow breath out through your mouth, arriving in this moment and arriving in your body. So, in a moment from now, we are going to begin scanning your body from head to toe by taking our attention to each part. And while we become aware of a part, know that you don't need to change anything or relax any form of tension. Instead, we are letting our body be held in our loving attention. So, bring your attention to the top of your head. Simply notice any sensations, tingling, warmth, or perhaps no sensation at all. And now moving your attention down to your forehead, eyes, cheeks, and jaw, noticing what are the sensations present in these parts. Remember, there is no need to change anything. Just observe. Now, gently shift your attention to your neck and your shoulders, noticing any tightness or heaviness. Just sensing what's here. Now, bringing your attention to your arms, upper arms, elbows, forearms, the hands, and the fingers. Simply be aware of how they feel in this moment. Now move through your chest. So, resting your awareness on your chest and your upper back, sensing the expansion and the contraction as you take each breath. And now moving your attention to your abdomen and your lower back, noticing the sensations present in this area. And now bringing your attention to your hips, to your thighs, to your knees, noticing any sense of tension or warmth or any other sensation present. And now to your calves. So bring your attention down to your calf muscles, to your ankles, to your feet, and finally to your toes. Noticing how your body is resting on the surface beneath you. So, becoming aware of all points of contact between your body and the surface beneath you. And finally, letting your awareness gently expand to include your whole body, held together, breathing, and alive. Now that you are fully connected with your body, allow yourself to take a deep breath in and a slow breath out, spending some time to notice how your body is feeling in this moment. Have your body changed in any manner since we began this meditation? And when you are ready to come back, bring some small movement to your body, like wiggling your toes and your fingers, moving your body in whatever direction it wants to move. And finally, opening your eyes, connecting back with the space around you. Welcome back. If you would like to share how you're feeling after the meditation, or perhaps what you noticed, or any other part of your experience as you did the meditation, feel free to do that in the comments. And if the meditation resonated with you, you can simply press the heart somewhere here or below your comments to let me know. And I see some new people have joined us while we were meditating. So, a warm welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to Wheel of Wisdom, episode number 75. And I am happy for your presence in this live. Thank you for the hearts. And, in case you missed the meditation, but you would like to catch on to it, go through the practice, then I want to let you know that you can do so by, going to the replays, which are in the link tree in the About section of my profile. So, yeah, you won't miss out on anything. And also, what I'm doing is that in each live, we have done at least one meditation. We do a lot more other things apart from the meditation, but yeah, in each live, we do at least one meditation. And now we have recorded around 84 meditations so far. So I'm publishing them one by one on Insight Timer. And as a free track, so anyone can access them. And yeah, so one meditation is coming out, each week. So if you, enjoyed the guidance and you would like to, check out more of my meditations, then I would invite you to, to hit the follow button if you are new to me. Because I already have a few meditations, like around 41 free tracks on my profile, and around 11 premium tracks as well. And yeah, I have other courses, like 7 courses as well. So I have a lot of, content already, but a lot more is coming out. So if you want to get notified about the new ones, you can feel free to follow me. And before I go to the comments, one more thing that if you joined late and if you are like, is this all? Is this the end of the live? Then I want to let you know that the live has just begun. We just, do a meditation so that we can raise our vibrations, so we can, so that we can tune into that higher wisdom. So that's what the meditation is about. So a lot more wisdom and fun is there. So stay tuned until I read the comments. First, I will drink some water. Yeah, Bella, I miss that, your reminder. Whenever I drink water, you were like, yeah, let's hydrate. I miss that. Okay. Caitlin says, when we got to the jaw, I realized that I could relax it some. So I did that. Lovely guidance. I don't always play along with body scans, but this was a calming practice for me. I am glad to know that, Caitlin, that you were able to follow through this particular scan. And yeah, so in this particular scan, in, mindful body scan, it's not about trying to relax. It's not about, visualization or bringing in any other, wanting your body to be any different than that, than what it is. It's about accepting whatever is here. It's about, welcoming that, opening yourself to all the sensations that are there in your body right now, and just becoming aware of them rather than, yeah, just being numb or living in your mind and go about your day. And if you are at a certain part of your body, for example, for Caitlin, it's jaw, and if you really feel like I need to relax it, feel free to do so. But you might also notice that when you just bring your simple awareness to a part of your body, some parts actually relax on their own. So you don't need to do anything. They just happen to, let go of that tension when you brought that attention to that part. And that is like one of the reasons um why our body is so tensed, because we are not aware of it. We are just living our life, living in our heads. So when we pay our attention and we notice that this part is tensed, this part feels like this part gets the attention that it needed and it relaxes on its own. So yeah, thank you for sharing your, the specifics of your experience, Caitlin, as it gave me an opportunity to highlight what our intention is and what it is not. Hi Johnny. Welcome to welcome to this live. I'm happy to have you here. Okay. So now it's time to tune into some wisdom and have some fun. So let me show you guys the wheel of wisdom. And if you found the meditation useful and if you would like to bless this live or yeah, or just support me, then you can do so by making a donation of whatever amount that you feel called to. And if not, then that's okay as well. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, to the wheel. So, for anyone who is joining us for the very first time, this is our wheel of wisdom. And this wheel contains the name of 31 books right now, which have been randomly selected out of the many books that I've read in the past 8 years of, in my own journey. And yeah, and what we're going to do now is that we're going to spin this wheel so that the universe, God, source, spirit, consciousness, divine, whatever you call it, can choose a book for us to receive some wisdom from. So, so before I spin this wheel, I invite you guys to bring to your mind if there is anything specific going on in your life, a specific issue or a specific area of your life in which you would like to receive some clarity, guidance, or perhaps some, direction. So bring that to the forefront of your mind. And if there is nothing specific at all, then you can simply set an intention to receive some general guidance for today. So once you have done that, press the heart somewhere here to let me know that, yeah, you have thought of something, and then we can spin the wheel. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful. So I'm going to take a sip of water and then we will spin the wheel. Okay. So holding whatever it is that is going on, that you need guidance on or wisdom for, holding that in your mind as we spin this wheel. Okay, it is so interesting. This is the same book that came up in the previous live, and we have like 31 books here. So, yeah, it is interesting, and I'm excited to see what wants to come through. And, It seems like this book hasn't yet, you know, isn't yet done delivering some wisdom to us. So, the name of the book that came up is The Self Acceptance Project: How to Be Kind and Compassionate Towards Yourself in Any Situation. So, that is the name of the book. And there is kind of like no author of this book because this book is a collection of chapters from different authors. So it is something like that. So let's see what this book wants to deliver to us. So give me a second to open the book. Okay. So in a moment from now, I am going to ask you guys to choose a number between certain numbers. Okay. And for anyone who is joining for the very first time, I don't want you guys to rush at all. Okay. I want you guys to take a moment to see which number is popping up for you and mention that number, by tuning into your own intuition. And then I'm going to go through all the numbers that you guys mention and just choose one that I feel called to, that is coming up for me after tuning into my own intuition. So let's go. Choose a number between 20 to 160. Hmm. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Pillar or Pilar. Um, Thank you, Caitlin. And the people, feel free to do so. Feel free to choose a number. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Kathy. Okay, so now that we have few numbers by the beautiful souls here, let's dive in and see which number is coming up for me. Okay, so the number that is coming up for me. Okay, before I reveal that, I want to let you know anyone know one more thing. Anyone who is joining for the very first time, that whoever number I chooses, it doesn't mean that that reading is just for them. It is for all of us because you're here because you were meant to receive that message, and they are just another source of that wisdom. So, having that in mind, the number that is coming up for me is 38, and the number has been given by Pilar for all of us. Thank you, Pilar. Um, and also correct me if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, feel free to correct me. Okay, so let's see what is on page number 38. I'm just trying to find starting of this. Give me a second. So it is kind of like in practice, and it is about learning to practice perspective taking. So, are you guys up to an exercise? Would you like me to go through a practice, or would you like me to choose like the next, paragraph and do and just read, like like some insight, So so as I was going through these books, I, either highlighted, an insightful information, an insightful paragraph, or I highlighted the transformation practices from these books. So would you like me to go with like a reading or go with the exercise on this page? So we can go with the exercise on this page or the next reading on this page. So what you are up to? You can mention that in the comment. Because yeah, exercise can be a little bit long, like of 15 to 20 minutes. So I want to mention that here. Tyler, what do you want? Okay, a reading. Okay. So let's see. What is the next part? Hmm. So the chapter on the next page is embracing all of our parts. So the author says that self acceptance is the ability to accept all of our parts and to be open to them, even interested in them. So, this approach is all about curiosity, that we bring attention to a part rather than away from it, which we usually do. So when we are in suffering, we don't feel like turning inwards and being with that part of us that is suffering. Instead, what we usually do is that we try to numb that pain, distract ourselves from that pain using like social media, using substances, using intellectualization. Thinking is also another way of avoiding feeling. So we use all of these things. So, in this approach, in this chapter, the author has mentioned like the first step is to bring attention to that part of you that is suffering and then bring some curiosity so that we can understand it better rather than just blaming it or hating it. Because when you will do that, you will notice that most of the parts, in fact, all the parts that you have, every single part of you, even the ones that you hate the most, that you would like to get rid of, that have harmed others in some way, but every single part of you is trying to help you in their own way. And yeah, and there are like, there are different parts of you. Some parts carry the pain, whereas some parts tries to protect us from feeling that pain. And that is what and that and these are the parts that make us do all of these different things to distract or to numb ourselves so that we don't get overwhelmed by the pain within us. So yeah, and that's what like embracing all of our parts is about. And yeah, let's see. So, they mention about like an approach. So they say that it is helpful. Thank you, Paila, for sharing that. I am glad that the reading is resonated with you, that the message is coming through and reaching your heart. So, what the author says here is that it is very helpful to think of the different parts of you, the part that is the part that is lazy, the part that is criticizing, the part that, you know, um, Is it responsible? Different parts of you. So think of them like little people inside of us. So, pilot, think of each part of you, the ones that you love and the ones that you hate or don't like. Hate is a strong word. So think of those parts as little pilot within you. So think of them as little people inside of you with their own motivations and their own fears, even their own memories. So each of the parts of you know, they have a reason behind why they do the things that they do. They are trying to protect you because they're afraid of something. They are afraid that you wouldn't be able to handle that pain, that you can't feel that rejection again that you felt in your childhood or in your teenage years. And that is why they do the things that they do. Every single part of you has a positive intention for you. That is the biggest revelation that you will have when you will, you know, follow these steps of bringing your attention, becoming curious, and trying to understand these parts. You will be amazed to see that how each and every part of you wants the best for you, even if they use the means that not always are, helpful for you. But they don't know well, or they don't know. Some of these parts have been formed when you were a child and they don't know anything better. They don't know any other way of coping, and that's why they do the things that they do. And you can never change them by hating them. So yeah, you know love is only that force. Sorry, the only force that can change them or that can heal them, is a better word, is when you love them. Oh, thank you, Pilar, for that warm hug. I give you a hug back. I hope that as you listen to these words, every single part of you can feel a warm hug around them, a warm embrace of your presence, of your love. And not only Pilar, for everyone. As I say, these readings are for everyone, present here. So if anyone else also resonated with the reading, with the message, then you can mention that in the comments and let me know. It is always encouraging to hear, how the reading, how the messages are impacting you. So yeah, you can share that. And if not, then you can always press the heart to let me know, you know. Ah, okay, so I'm going to drink some water before we do the next reading. And if this reading was helpful or if you found something valuable, then yeah, then you can support me by sending some loving energy, whether through hearts, whether through a donation, whether through a kind comment, or any other way that you can think of. Okay. Hmm. Give me a second to pour some water for myself and I can. And let me take care of some of my parts that are feeling tired. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Pilot says, I just followed you. This is my first time here. It was perfect timing. Thank you so much. Oh, and thank you so much for this kind gift, Pilot, and for this beautiful comment. I'm so glad. It makes me so happy to know that, the reading or yeah, this live touched you in some manner and you got something out of this. Maybe even just a simple reminder to embrace all of your parts. And yeah, and I do believe in perfect timing. Okay. And my wish for you is that this loving energy and this abundance that you're sending my way, Pilo, I hope that, it just multiplies and ripples back to you and just blesses different aspects of your life and just brings so much fulfillment and happiness to you. Okay. So, people ready for another reading? So should I do another reading from the same book, or should we choose a different book? Like, should we spin the wheel again and choose a different book? Tyler says for you and our friends as well. Thank you. Thank you, Tyler. That is so sweet of you. And yeah, other people will also appreciate that these wishes of well being are just rippling out and touching everyone present here. So, people, vote. Okay, can you vote? That would you like me to do another reading from the same book? Or would you like me to spin the wheel again and choose a different book? Hmm. So you guys decide where this live is going to go. I'm not the one deciding here. So yeah, I'm really glad that I did this. I was feeling like really tired. My eyes have been so tired, and yeah, my forehead as well. From looking at the screen and yeah, and being busy with a lot of work, with a lot of work. But yeah, now I'm feeling better. So, and that was my hope that I would feel so much better when I would be surrounded with the loving energy of you all. So I'm glad that you know, I didn't had to cancel the live. I showed up. And I guess, yeah, that is what is important, that we show up on the hard and tough days. Okay, so, okay, we have a vote. Pillar says, maybe we'll, if no one says anything. I'm glad you're better. Thank you for showing up. Oh, yeah, I appreciate your, encouragement and thank you for your vote. So we're going to spin the wheel again. And see what wants to come through this time. So, again, holding in your mind whatever it is that you need guidance on. So, holding that at the forefront of your mind, and we're going to spin. Okay, so the book that came up for all of us is You Can Heal Your Life, and the book has been written by the famous Louis Hay. So I'm sure some of you might already be familiar with this wonderful book. And if you're not, then we're going to dive in and see what wants to come through. So let's see what wants to come through from the book You Can Heal Your Life. So this time I'm feeling like, yeah. So another thing. Okay, we have a number. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to take some numbers maybe in the next reading. But for this reading, I am going to scroll through, you know, the notes from this book. And I'm going to stop at a section that I feel that you guys to need, that all of us need to hear from. Okay. So that is what we're going to do for this particular reading. But thank you, V, for the number. And we're going to do that in the next one. Okay. So let's see. Okay, so let's see what came up. So, a line that is highlighted on this page is whatever we believe becomes true for us. And that is so true. You know, so whatever we beliefs that we hold, yeah, yeah, Pilot says indeed. And yeah, I guess, I don't need to explain it in detail. I have done it like a lot more. I have explained it, in very much detail in the previous lives, as well in one of my courses, which is about exactly that, to uncover all your limiting beliefs, you know, because awareness is always the first step to change. So, to become aware of the beliefs that have been hidden in the shadows, shine light of your awareness on them, and then decide, do you see what is the impact of believing these things about yourself, about other people, or about the whole world. Because there are these beliefs that we hold that can limit us from living our best life, from cultivating a fulfilling and enriching life for ourselves. These beliefs like I'm not good enough, I'm not capable enough, I'm not worthy, I don't deserve happiness or success for whatever reason, maybe because I don't work hard enough, whatever it is. Or beliefs like I'm not lovable, or yeah, and things like that. Or about the world, like the world is not a safe place, or life is very hard. So whatever is going to be your belief, you are going to create the results in your life according to that, because you so there is a whole cycle that goes on. And I before instead of diving deep into that, if you are interested in learning how that works, how this whole cycle works, and how what you believe how what you believe creates the result in your life, whether you want it or not, whether you want those results or not, then you can check out this particular course, which is Master Your Mindset by Identifying Your Limiting Beliefs. So I think in lesson 2 or 3, or 3 or 4, I have mentioned that in detail. And also, I have included all my knowledge of, psychotherapy, of coaching, and everything to give you the tools to identify what are those limiting beliefs within you that are stopping you, that are limiting you. So, yeah, so you can use these tools to uncover all those limiting beliefs, because otherwise you are just going through life and wondering why these things keep on happening again and again to me, or yeah, and all of those different stuff. So, so if you feel called to, if you are interested in that, feel free to share, feel free to save this course as well as share it with someone else that you think, might find it helpful. So, hmm, I am feeling that this is the only line that needed to come from this particular page. There is a lot more highlighted stuff on this, but I feel like I feel complete in a manner. So it feels like, yeah, that's it for this page. So we are going to do one more reading and maybe the last one for today. So again, should we spin the wheel again, or choose, like, should we spin the wheel and choose a different book, or should we continue with this one? But if you would like to choose numbers, then I would recommend choosing a different book because these are my notes and not the book itself. Okay, we says new book. Okay, so we're going to spin the wheel again. Okay, Johnny says wheel, please. Then definitely, since both of you guys are saying that, we're going to go with your votes. So, again, bringing to the forefront of your mind whatever it is that you need guidance on. And And let's see. The most fun book on this whole wheel. The name of the book is Nothing Something. Interesting question, right? Is nothing something? So this is a book written by Thich Nhat Hanh, and this book includes the questions that kids have asked about life, death, relationships, love, fear, anger, and everything in between, you know. So, so I'm going to open this wonderful book and we're going to see what wants to come through. So give me a second to give you the page numbers. Okay. So, my beautiful people, I invite you guys to choose a number between 8 to 80. Here we go. Thank you, we. We is choosing like, angel numbers or auspicious numbers. Okay, beautiful. Thank you, Jani. Other people. Thank you, Pilo. Thank you, Char. Is it Char or some other pronunciation? If I am pronouncing your name wrong, then you can correct me. Um, okay, it is Char. And it is very interesting because Char, the number that you chose, like so four in my language, in Hindi, is known as Char. So your name means four in my language. So yeah, pretty interesting. Yeah. Hmm. Okay, so I'm going to go with the numbers that you guys have mentioned. And if anyone else feels called to, you can share the number and know that I am not going to, choose a number at the top. So if you have joined late, you can still mention the number between 8 to 80. So let's see. We say so cool, Char. Yeah, it is. Hmm. Okay. I get why we had a discussion because the number that is coming up for me is 44 indeed. So thank you, Char, for choosing that number for all of us. And again, whoever number I choose, it doesn't mean that the reading is just for them. It is for all of us because you are here. So you are meant to receive that message. So let's see what is on page number 44. Hmm. Okay. My adolescent daughter is anxious and easily upset. What can I do to calm her troubled emotions? And this can go for anyone. So if any of your loved one is, feeling anxious or is getting a panic attack or is in stress, and in any other kind of suffering, so you can apply that. Hmm. So the author says that the practice of deep breathing, breathing with the belly, can help them deal with strong emotions. It's quite possible to teach your child to do this. When you see her in crisis, you sit down with her. So don't just say to that person that, breathe deeply or just take a deep breath. So don't say things like that. Instead, sit with that person who is feeling anxious or stressed and all of those things. So sit with her and say, "Darling, take my hand. Let's practice breathing in and out." Breathing in, your stomach is rising. Do you see your stomach rising? Breathing out, your stomach is falling. Let's do it again. In and out, rising and falling. In a few minutes, she will feel much better because you have brought your mindfulness and your stability to support her. Later on, she will be able to do this by herself. The practice isn't difficult. So it's not about the practice itself, it is a very helpful practice. But the important part to take from this particular thing, especially if you have a loved one suffering, is to not give them advice or tell them what to do, you know, guide them through it. Be with them, sit with them, and do that practice together with them. So that it's not like just, you know better and they are going through something. It's like you both are going through this thing together and you're helping your own system, your own nervous system to help them regulate. And, you know, and in addition to the practice, when you are calm, when you are stable, so there is something known as, co-regulation. So our nervous system is always like sensing our environment, taking in all the information and sensing that, yeah, whether you are safe or not, what is happening and stuff like that, mainly about your survival and safety. So when the other person, so we are also taking these cues from other person's, nervous system, whether they are aware of it or not. And you might notice that you know in presence of certain people you might automatically feel more calmer, so that is because your nervous system has regulated by taking in cues from that other person's nervous system. Because and that is how you can, you know that is how your own practice can benefit others, not just you but others, without you even having to say any word or doing anything, just by being, being however in whatever state that you are in. So, yeah, there are different elements of this practice that are helpful that, we need to remember apart from the simple yet very effective, practice of deep breathing. And yeah, and if you would like some guidance in terms of deep breathing, I think I do have like a free track around deep breathing. So if you feel called to, you can check that out as well. So I guess, yeah, it has been 1 hour since we started this particular live. And I guess, yeah, this is the end of this live. But, for anyone who is joining for the very first time, I do have some announcements to make. And also, I'm going to reveal a gift that I'm offering to all the women who attend my live and stays till the end. So, yeah. So the first announcement is that this whole live is getting recorded. So in case you missed the meditation or you would like to go back to the readings, then you can do so by checking out the replay. Let me show you where you can get the replay. So, so you can go to my profile, okay, and you can go to the about section of this profile and scroll all the way down. When you scroll down, you will see a link tree here. So when you will click on this link tree, you will see Wheel of Wisdom replay written. So like this. So this contains a whole playlist of all the live that I have done in this particular series. And this is the 75th one. And we just started in January of this year. So yeah. So there are a lot of lives for you to go through. And why I created that playlist is because I want you to develop a connection with your own intuition and have fun doing so. So, what I've done is that I have numbered all the videos in that playlist. And, when you open that playlist, whenever you need guidance and I am not going live, then you can just open that playlist, choose a number between 1 to 75. And yeah, and just open that video knowing that that message wanted to reach you. Um, yeah, although it does take like 1 hour for the whole video to get uploaded on my channel. So if you would like immediate access to, the readings or like a summary, then I also have a group on Insight Timer, my little community on Insight Timer. Let me, type in the name of that. Um, Pilot says, wow, thank you so much for that, Anisha. I am glad that the live resonated with you, Pilot, and yeah, and you found the replay thing helpful. So give me a second to mention the name. Yeah. So Wonderful Beings is the name of my group on Insight Timer. And so what I do is that after each live, I upload a summary of that live in that group, like including the type of meditation that we did, the name of the books, and the readings, so that you don't miss out on anything, for whatever reason that you're not able to attend the live, a particular live or something. So, yeah, so you can join the group to, receive these summaries. And also, I, update on this group if a new track of mine is getting released, or if for certain reason a live is getting cancelled, which it very rarely happens, but it might happen. So yeah, I update everything there on that group. And yeah, and another way to find this group is that you can either search, like type this in the search box on Inside Timer in the group section, or you can go to my profile and scroll all the way down. Okay. And by the way, this is the latest track that got released this week. The name of the track is Balance Your Heart Chakra for Love, Compassion, and Emotional Healing. So I have been doing like this. I've been releasing the tracks in the Chakra series. And they all have received like 5 stars from everyone who have listened so far. So yeah, they have been useful to certain people, and I hope that they turn out to be useful to you as well. So I already have released, for tracks for certain, chakras. This one is for solar plexus chakra, that is for, confidence and motivation. And this one is for like sacral chakra for pleasure, creativity, and like flow state, And one more for like the root chakra, which is for stability, grounding and safety. financial stability, emotional, safety, whatever it is. So yeah, I was telling you about the group. So like when you scroll down all the way down, you will see the group at the bottom here. So I would love to have you as a part of that community. And, like I mentioned, you know, each track from these lives. So for anyone who joined late, we do a meditation in each of these lives. And up until now, I have recorded around 84 meditations so far, and I'm releasing them one by one on Insight Timer. So the ones that I show are the ones that got released, recently in the Chakra series. And I have actually, compiled them in a playlist here, Wheel of Wisdom meditations, so that they are easier to find. And in fact, I have like tried to arrange all of my content in the form of playlist, so yeah, you can check them out and yeah, so that it is easier for you to navigate through my profile. And in case you don't want to join my group, but you would like to get notified when the new free tracks are coming out or when my next live is coming out, then you can just follow me to receive the notifications. And um yeah, I guess, that's the announcement. Now about the gift. Okay, give me a second to take a sip of water. So, the gift that I am offering to all the women who attend my live and who stay till the end is a complimentary session with me. So, if you are interested in having a powerful conversation, to grab onto that offer of a free 1 hour coaching session with me, then feel free to, to message me on Insight Timer. So, the way to message me is you can go to my profile. Okay. If you're already following me, you would see the follow button becomes a donate button. Above it, three dots appear. Click on the three dots and go to message teacher. Here you can message me that Anisha, I'm interested in that, in that complimentary session or something like that. And I would be honored to guide you to be a part of your journey and yeah, to support you in whatever manners that I can. I am like a life coach, I am a psychologist and a mindfulness meditation teacher. And I can assure you of one thing, that if you do decide to spend your time and energy with me, then you're going to receive at least one powerful insight from that session, because that has happened with every single woman that I've worked with so far. So yeah. Let's see. Jana says, thank you for today's live and thank you for supporting women. Always, always. I love working with women, and it has been like an amazing and a fulfilling experience working with and supporting women in whatever way I can, in a one-on-one setting. Pilar says, how generous. I am glad, Pilar, that you like that gift. You're welcome. Okay, so I guess this is the end of this live. So if you found anything of value from this live, and if you enjoyed this live, and yeah, and if you would like me to continue doing these lives, then you can support me by making a donation of whatever amount that that you feel called to, or that you are able to, whatever it is. And yeah, I appreciate any donation, whether it doesn't matter the amount, it is always the gesture that is appreciated, and an energy exchange, as it allows me to put in more time, effort, and show up no matter what, take out time for these lives. So yeah. Um, so if you feel called to, then I would appreciate it. And if not, then that's okay as well. I appreciate your presence as much. And thank you for all the loving hearts. Thank you for the love that is overflowing here. Okay, guys. So, yeah, that's it for this live. Thank you so much for your presence, for the lovely interaction, for the beautiful hearts that you send my way, especially thank you to you, Pilar, for your kind gift and for your support. I bow down to the divine within you all. Namaste. Yeah, and I do have like I forgot, I do have like the next live scheduled, so you can RSVP here so you don't miss it here because I would love to see each and every one of you, you know, day after tomorrow. Pilot says, see you soon. Have a lovely day. Thank you again. Namaste. Namaste, Pilot. V says, thanks for the love you give to us, Anisha. I guess that is just a reflection of what you guys give to me, you know. So thank you, V. Okay. Bye. Take care.